Sarah here, welcome back to my channel. This is one of my favorite videos to do. This is my inky thoughts, so thinking through my March currently inked. I only have one thing chosen, and that is I definitely want to use this Lamy Studio that my dad got me when I did my new pen day. I inked it up with Birmingham Pen Company Salamander. I actually have been writing with it a little bit, and I want to keep this for March. I might need to add a touch more ink in there, but that is an absolute, which means I've got 5 more inks and pens to choose because I'm sticking with my 6 pen lineup. Sometimes I usually come in with a few more ideas, but I really just wanted to build something around that. So that's what we're gonna do together. This ink and this pen has a medium nib. It has a really beautiful, some really beautiful shading to it. And it just writes really beautifully. From Feb, I like basically everything that I used in Feb. I mean, part of me goes, I could just use all Birmingham Pen Company inks. I don't know if that's a bit boring enough, but that is Birmingham Pen Company Twilight. I don't know if I'm trying to think what I have left. That is Stormwater Runoff. Even like the, maybe not. So I'll take those ones out. Pardon me. Sometimes I come in with like really clear kind of vibes of what I want. That is, I guess, a dark ink, but it probably is on the more unsaturated side of things, but also not. So I guess I am kind of looking at that in between. And I do like where I can, not strictly creating a rainbow, but there being a bit of a story, maybe is the best way to put it. So I think I'm thinking about that as well. Using a green like that also makes me think of using a blue, which doesn't happen too often. That's, I think, maybe too similar, but maybe I can find a bit of a blue as well to go in there. So I'm just flicking through and pulling them out here. I mean, the beaver dam brown could look quite nice next to that. So I'm just going to keep pulling some out, and then we can kind of dig in a little deeper. I mean, that's just, I'm going to move this to the side and start putting some here. You know, in frame I am. I love being able to kind of look through like this and remember inks. This month I used the Kobe Fuku, and I have absolutely loved using that. It was kind of the one I was probably least certain about, but I'm so happy I inked it up. It's just been an absolute pleasure to write with. I'm just wondering, that's a bit more like a purple, the Monteverde violet, but I think it's maybe too much of a contrast, whereas the Rose Noir could be quite nice in there. Why don't I put that like that? Just going to my second one here. Actually, is that too similar? I got a sample of Pelican Blue Black at the Melbourne Pen Show, and I've used it a tiny bit and I quite enjoyed it. So maybe that could be something. I've pulled out 6. I think I need to pull out at least like 3 or 4 more. I find it better to have more and then kind of move down, but I definitely think I need another green in there too. Do you know what I have always, I keep putting in and I never use? Avocado. Oh, I wish I had, I don't have, but Robert Oster Blue Black would look really nice with that, but I don't have any more of a sample. And then I guess, you know, I've got those kind of darker brown burgundies, but then Muddy Wine would be a slightly lighter version, and that looks quite nice next to that, doesn't it? Let's put that there. Muddy, what was I looking for? Green. So I pulled one out. I mean, even, no, I changed my mind. Maybe I like that more than the Stormwater Runoff. That's Sailor Ink Studio to 80. Interesting. Trying to think what else. I mean, I always love Yoi, but maybe I try and veer away from that a little bit. I want to buy a bottle of that so badly. I mean, great, could look really gorgeous, couldn't it, with that real kind of awesome halo there too. Oh my god, I was like, pull out a couple more, and then I've pulled out half of the swatches. I mean, no, do you know what? I'm gonna try and go out of my comfort zone a little bit. All right, that's definitely enough to work from here. I guess what I'm thinking is, so what I think is I definitely want a blue in there. So looking between those two, I think I do like the pelican a bit more. Greens are going to be hard, but I've pulled out 3. So I've pulled out Avocado, Yunjingtan Lushan, and Sailor Yuremeko Kiyokuyo. I can't say that. I love all of them with that. Let me know in the comments if you think one's jumping out. I don't think I can cull any of them right now, so not going great in terms of culling. I've gotten rid of one. Then looking at browns kind of next. Oh, I kind of like both of them as well. That ties in a bit of the green, I guess, but there is something about that color, and I think if I'm then going to like brownie burgundies next, does that one read a bit nicer? Okay, really not not culling at all. I think I like that one, the Inky brown pink. There you go, I got rid of one. What am I saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I only can use one more. Oh no. Okay. Does the Twisby grape kind of give it too much of a pop of color compared to quite these muted tones? Possibly, but I also kind of like the idea of having a mix of saturated and unsaturated. Maybe I could swap that out for like a for Old Gold Grun maybe. Let me grab that. Just doing my alphabet here. Because like, for example, if I put that in, yeah, does that have a bit more of a story to it? But then it still looks quite nice like that too. Oh, I just like made life much more complicated for myself, because then I've also got, okay, starting again. Let's go the other way. If I finish off with one of those two, and then next I kind of been looking at Rose Noir, which I think looks really lovely. I think between the 3 of these, I kind of like Twisby Grape more than Twilight for this setup. I think it looks really lovely next to that color, and actually so next to the Rose Noir as well. Okay, so I've gotten rid of 3, but I've also added. I'm quite drawn to that brown pink. I don't know if it's kind of too similar to down here. Maybe that kind of sits in this family there. I'm just gonna cover up that. You know what I'll do so we can actually see it is do this. What's it called? Salamander. Oh wow, it looks so different on the, oh not, it looks a lot bluer on the card. So what I'm looking at is Salamander, Twisby Grape in there. There is something about Alt Gold Grun, isn't there, in there that looks quite nice. Put a blue in there. I think a story is slowly starting to form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've already got too many. That's kind of nice as well. Maybe those two, maybe one of them. I mean, look, I started off strong, I think, and then have, you know, I've still got some work to do. But in terms of a story altogether, and again, I always say I'm going to use Robert Oster avocado, and then I always end up going, maybe not this time. But that is the story I'm sitting with at the moment, really focused around, and I'll show you the swatch under there, that Birmingham Pen Company's Salamander, which is in my Lamy Studio. I haven't really thought any more about pens. I think I need to narrow down the inks a bit more. But I've loved using this. I'll probably have either my Mahjong Q2 or A1 in there for work. I haven't used my Lamy All-Star in a while, so I was thinking of maybe including that. And I've really enjoyed using my Kaweco actually this month, so I could use that as well. And I kind of do end up color matching, so that one's green as well. So maybe it could be a bit more of a blue-green heavy month, which is very unlike me actually. All right, let me know in the comments below what you think. So this is what I'm thinking. Do we kind of go one of every color theme, or do I do something like this? Do I take them out and sit more with a, I just think that's maybe too similar. Where's avocado? I could, you know, do I sit with that kind of family? But I don't know, I like the variety in there, and there's something about that Twisby grape that I just think looks really beautiful. So let me know what you think. Or do I need to find, for example, a more saturated blue? Do I need to almost like split it 50-50? And I guess that's just about working out the balance between it all. And then in terms of what inks in what pens, I mean, that would write beautifully in the Traveller's Company. I can already see that. But maybe I want something a bit more poppy for work. Curiouser and Curiouser. I could put that, I guess, in that color ink would actually look nice, because the Q2 I have as a demonstrator, that could look nice in there. Any of these could go in my Kaweco, they'd look great. Maybe I want to bring, I mean, I could put the blue black. I'm just trying to think about my vintage Parker Vac as well. This one, maybe like a Twisby. And then there's this guy here. All right, I've got more thinking to do, but let me know in the comments below what combinations you love, what you think I should get rid of, because I definitely need help with this. But all in all, this one here is my inspiration for this week, for March. I don't know why I said this week. And I can't wait to finally decide and get some pens inked up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.